Hey Joanne, I heard you got into USF. That's awesome. What are you majoring in?
Hey, thanks. Yeah, I'm super excited to go to USF. I'm majoring in chemistry and minoring in criminology.
Oh, chemistry. That's impressive. What do you want to do with that after you graduate?
Thanks. Yeah, it should be a challenge. My plan is to become a forensic toxicologist, so in my senior year I'll probably apply to graduate school and then become a forensic toxicologist, and then my life is pretty much set up.
Wow, that's pretty cool. It sounds like you've got it all figured out.
Yeah, I have a pretty solid plan, so I should know exactly where I'll be in 4 years.
4 years later.
Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am at Baghuashan, as you could tell from my montage. I hope you enjoyed that. Which is one of the most popular places in Changhua, the city that I live in, Taiwan. There's the big Buddha statue, this big temple, and some other things. I thought I'd share with you guys a little bit of how did I end up here in Taiwan teaching English. The whole point of that little skit in the beginning was to show you that you never know what's going to happen. If someone told me my first year of college that in 4 years I would be in Taiwan teaching English, I would have been like, you're insane. So it all started in last summer, 2018, when I went to Vietnam. I think that was sort of a pivotal moment in me starting to think of other possibilities besides going to graduate school or becoming a forensic toxicologist. I visited an English school in Vietnam, which was such an emotional experience for some reason. It was just amazing to see what they taught the kids,
which was good morals and good behavior. They meditated, they said mantras about being respectful and kind. It was so amazing.
But visiting the English school in Vietnam made me consider education in general. I feel something inside of me is telling me that I need to try being a teacher. Even though there were no foreign teachers at this English school that I went to, but something about going to that school and being in Vietnam made me think that I should try teaching. So that was one sign, the first sign. Another sign on the Vietnam trip is there was a girl on the trip whose mom had been an English teacher in Japan when she was younger. And I asked her if I could set up a phone call with her mom. So we were sitting at this village house that we were staying at night in like a rice paddy field. And I was on the phone with her mom, like asking her all these questions about teaching English abroad. And while I was having that conversation, like deep down, I knew I needed to try it. I needed to do it. So fast forward a little bit, in August 2018, I started my senior year at USF. My research mentor was trying to help me apply to graduate school. I was looking at master's and PhD programs in forensic toxicology. And I started the applications, and every time I sat down to try and do an application, it felt like I was pulling teeth. I did not want to do it. And of course, there's always things in life that you have to do things you don't want to do, but I just had a gut feeling that this was not right for me at the moment. And I worked really hard in undergrad and I feel like I was so burnt out. You can ask my friends. In senior year, I did not want to study at all, which was really unlike me. I just was tired and I was really busy in college too. I was a president of a student organization. I was on a dance team. I did research. And the thought of applying to a PhD program was just overwhelming. And on top of it being overwhelming, after my Vietnam trip, I was not sure if chemistry was like my passion. I had a meeting with my research advisor when I came back from Vietnam, and she was like asking me about the trip, and I started crying like about the experience I had at the English school, how I think I want to try education. I don't know if chemistry is like my passion, and she was so supportive. So when I was in Vietnam, I was thinking a little bit about education and teaching English. After starting these grad school applications, I also simultaneously started Googling teaching English abroad and finding out what that was about. So in maybe November, I signed up for a course to become a TEFL certified teacher. TEFL stands for Teaching English as a Foreign Language, which means your students have a native language other than English. And I signed up with International TEFL Academy. And the course went from December to around February, but you also have to do a practicum, which is 20 hours of live teaching, and that's like the final step to get your certification. So since I was in college, it took me a little longer, so I didn't finish my certification until around April of 2019. It was really hard to pull the trigger and sign up for the course because for the past 4 years, I had been thinking like, I'm going to be a forensic toxicologist. I majored in chemistry, I minored in criminology, like this is what I'm supposed to do. And it was such an internal struggle, really emotional struggle, questioning what I should do when I graduate, especially after spending 4 years studying a certain subject. And I felt like I was going to disappoint people if I didn't pursue chemistry, especially because they thought I was such a good chemistry student. But it was all myself like putting these doubts in my head, because everyone I talked to, and once I finally signed up and told them I was teaching English abroad, they all thought it was such a great opportunity and to travel while I'm young. So no one was really disappointed in me at all. It was kind of my own like, oh, what are people gonna think sort of thing. And also when I decided to sign up for the TEFL course, I was in a relationship. So it was a really hard decision to make. But again, you just gotta follow that gut feeling, because I knew that it was something I needed to do. The top 5 reasons I wanted to do this were to gain teaching experience, because education was something I was thinking about. Take a break from chemistry, because after 4 years of hardcore chemistry, I was sick of it. Travel, of course. Have some time alone. Oh, not alone, but sort of away from all my friends and family. Even though that's what I miss the most, I kind of did want some time to be independent, so independence. And I guess number 5 would be challenging myself, taking a risk that paid off. The best part about ITA, I think, is the job search resources that they give you. So you can join these Facebook You can join these Facebook groups that are dedicated to a certain country. So they have ITA alumni Taiwan, ITA alumni Thailand, and pretty much any country you want to go to, you can join the Facebook group and ask questions, find jobs. So I joined Taiwan and a few other groups. I was pretty much narrowed it down to Taiwan and South Korea. And during my research, I saw that people are more down to earth in Taiwan and a little more friendly to foreigners. And then I also found out South Korea has winter, so immediately I was like, Taiwan. It's warm there, it's sunny there. The weather here is pretty much just like Florida, so I was like, yeah, That's the place I want to go. It's funny because in December, I saw an ITA Instagram video of a girl from Changhua, Taiwan, and it was the first one I ever saw from ITA, and it was about her day in Changhua as a TEFL teacher, and that's actually the school that I work at now, and that was in December. And I remember watching the video and thinking, that looks like a place I want to live, and now I'm there. So it's crazy how things like that happen, how I ended up working here. Like I said, there's the Facebook groups, so I posted like I'm interested in working in Taiwan in the summer, and one of the senior teachers at my school, Sandra, she messaged me and we started talking, and I sent in my application. I interviewed for my job in about March and got the job. Sandra gave me a list of everything I should bring, how much money I should bring, anything I needed to do before I came here. And on June 26th, I left Tampa and flew to Taiwan. So I've been here for 2 months. So that's pretty much the story of how I went from an aspiring forensic toxicologist to a TEFL teacher in Changhua, Taiwan. But I did have 5 or 6 questions from you guys, so I'm gonna answer those now.